It's the second quarter of the Jaguars' first postseason game since 2017, and they were already down 27-0, and Trevor Lawrence had already thrown 4 first-half interceptions. But would you believe me if I told you the Jaguars came back to win? And in the second half of that game, Trevor Lawrence went 15 for 18, 185 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. But I say all of that to say, Trevor Lawrence was really good this season, like top 10 good. And if you don't believe me, Pro Football Focus ranked him as the 8th best quarterback this season. Trevor Lawrence is quickly working his way up the quarterback rank, and if you stick around for this video, I'll show you why. Check out this play here. The Ravens are in cover 2, and Trevor Lawrence knows the holes in cover 2 are between the linebackers and the safeties, and on the outside between the corners and the safeties. And as you can see, Marcus Peters has eyes on Trevor Lawrence, but he's simply confused because he feels there's no way Trevor Lawrence is going to throw this ball to his man. Now, mind you, he's not throwing this ball to some star receiver. This is his backup running back. And still, Trevor drops back and delivers his ball before his receiver even passes Marcus Peters, right in the middle of this zone for the touchdown. A major key in succeeding in the NFL is also having weapons that complement your great quarterback. And along with Trevor's stellar season, he also had 3 receivers finish with 70+ receptions, which has never been done before in franchise history. And this may seem odd, but the first part of Trevor's game I want to look at is how the weapons around him make his job so much easier. For instance, here on this play, the Texans are a man, and we can tell because of the defender following Jamal Agnew on this motion. The Jaguars also know this, so they run a fake reverse, but to really sell the reverse, they have the offensive lineman run block to the right, while also pulling Evan Ingram to the right as well. And as expected, this gets the whole Texans defense flowing to the right side of the field, and it allows the Jaguars to sneak ETN out of the backfield for a 25-yard gain. But trust me, this relationship is half weapons and half Trevor Lawrence. Because although the Jaguars have weapons galore, Trevor Lawrence also finished the season with a 62% completion percentage against man defense. And this play illustrates why. The Cowboys are in cover 1, so the Jags run a pick play, which is excellent for creating space in man-to-man situations, but even with the Jags using the pick play, it's still pretty good defense by the Cowboys. So I'm more impressed by the throw that Trevor Lawrence made by giving Christian Kirk time to get under this ball while also not throwing him into any danger. And again here, the Titans line up in cover 1, so the Jags elect to run crossers or slants, whatever you like to call them, to free up Evan Ingram. But if you look closely, Evan Ingram wins this matchup off the release, and the other 3 Jaguar receivers aren't really running routes as much as they are just clogging up space, making it harder for Kevin Byard to stay attached to Evan Ingram and eventually leading to a touchdown. Offensively, this team is a nightmare, and with Trevor Lawrence finally coming into his own, it's only getting scarier for the NFL. Trevor possesses a tall and athletic frame standing at 6'6", and he also possesses a very strong arm capable of making accurate throws no matter where he is on the field. This season, he also showed his ability to read defenses and make quick decisions are second to none. Trevor finished up this season completing 387 passes out of 584 attempts for 4,113 yards and 25 touchdowns. His 4,113 yards ranked 9th in the NFL. His 387 completions were the most in a single season in franchise history. It was also his first 4,000-yard season, and he joined elite company, becoming one of only 3 players to have 25 passing touchdowns and 5 rushing touchdowns during the same season. The guy was considered a generational talent coming out of Clemson, and although it's taking longer than expected, we're all finally starting to see why. Throws like this just make you wonder, how do we stop this guy? Again, the Jags are faced with cover 2, but this time there's no short receiver for Marcus Peters to have to worry about, so he can stick with the receiver for the duration of this route. But for this ball to be thrown this well, right in the middle of the corner and the safety, should be criminal. This play illustrates the constant pressure he's able to put on defenses. We see Trevor Lawrence make a defender miss, work around in the pocket for a little bit, and deliver this back shoulder throw on the run to his receiver downfield. Meanwhile, this play illustrates that if nothing's open, Trevor can buy time and give his receivers another chance to break free downfield. And not only can he get it done versus zone or man, but he also has no problem stretching out defenses and throwing it deep. Coming out of college, one of Trevor's brightest spots in his game was his accuracy, and the ability for Trevor to keep this throw high and shaded towards Evan Ingram allows him to come down with a touchdown despite great defense. And this throw was completed simply because of Trevor's height advantage, because he has a defender barreling down on him, but without flinching or coming out of his natural throwing motion, Trevor delivers his ball on a rope downfield for the big game. But of all the throws we've talked about, this one may be my favorite because of the degree of difficulty and the small window provided to be able to complete this ball in. His speed and agility allow him to make plays out of the pocket, but the agility is what really sticks out to me as 6'6", giving him the versatility to throw accurately on the run when necessary. Overall, his unique combination between a traditional pocket passer and the added dimension of his mobility, his physical traits, and his impeccable football IQ had defenses in a frenzy during the entire 2022 season. In 2023, Lawrence will be an MVP candidate, and if he leads the Jaguars to a division-winning season once again, chances are he'll be being talked about as one of the most impactful players around the NFL. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check this video out as well, which is all about another young quarterback trying to make a name for himself. Peace.